Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. If that is your first time on this channel, I want you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. It's not going to be a long show. We're just going to here play some clips, see what Paul Scholes said. Actually, there is a great 2 clips on Talk Sports from Darren Lewis and Simon Jordan as well, and Emmanuel Petit calling out Patrick Vieira. I released a video about this morning, if you guys haven't watched it, but we're going to discuss them here. We're going to actually talk about them. I am very close to 50,000 subscribers, so I want you to like the video. The like button pushes the video to new viewers, so hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And I want to know where everyone is tuning in from. Big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace. Of course, appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing, great. It was a fantastic show with Terry and Osam there. Support the channel. Let's actually go hit that like buttons and support. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked okjersey.com, these are the stuff that you can get. You know what I mean? These are the stuff that you can get. Windbreakers as well. If you haven't checked them out, this is amazing stuff actually, so go and check them out. And there is a limited time offer. Use the code MHF15 MHF15 as you see on the screen right here to get 15%. This is very limited time. And let's start right away and discuss things. I'm gonna talk about Man City, we'll talk about Arsenal, we'll talk about, of course, the Liam Rosenior, and you guys dictate where this channel is going to, where the conversation are going by your comments. I'm gonna try to do some of the comments, but let's get to actually get the likes up, and let's actually start by actually listening to what Paul Scholes have said. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear.
If Arsenal win the league, this could be the worst team to win the league.
It's a shout.
If you're thinking of picking a team of the season and you pick a front four, the Arsenal team gets in that. Look at previous champions. You think Liverpool's forward's brilliant.
You put
City's forward brilliant.
Wouldn't you?
Possibly the only one, Saka. Yeah, possibly the only one. And I don't think he's been brilliant. I don't think he's scored that many goals this year or assists.
Did you see that yesterday? The top goal scorers for Arsenal, the third in their list is own goals.
Yeah.
No.
It was amazing yesterday. Did you see the stats as well on Sky, which they did, saying about the least amount of goals the top scorers scored?
Yeah.
I was surprised at that. It was like 14, 15.
There's one here.
You go back to our team, our manager's thinking the front four players 80 goals.
Arsenal, no goals from open play in 300 minutes.
Yeah, that's not champions, is it? How's that champions? Well, they probably are going to be, but it's going to be a different way of doing it. And because the competition's been not been great, has it? You never know with City, though. If City get the defenders back...
Oh, yeah. City could go on and run this. City could go on and run now and win every game to the end of the season.
The big difference is City know how to do it. Pep knows how to do it.
Yeah.
They don't. 4 points is nothing. We said last week, 7 points. It's nothing.
Great. Now let's discuss a couple of things. Number one, there is a lot of times, and I said that on my video, there is a lot of times where Man United have won the league when no forward got in the team. There was Thierry Henry, there was Alan Shearer, there was other teams as well. If Arsenal are top of the league today, and they have all these bums up front, right? There must be doing something right. There must be, and not having someone to score like Mohamed Salah did for them, like Haaland did for City. Arteta must be doing something right then, because yes, I know Arsenal are on 50 points now after 23 games. Arsenal win a lot of games. I know that they haven't won against City. They haven't won against Liverpool. They won against Man United home, away, and they lost at home. They won against Villa and lost against Villa. And Arsenal haven't lost a game against a minnow this season yet, if I'm not mistaken. Arsenal have lost against Liverpool and against Man United. They haven't lost against a minnow. So, are Arsenal attack lethargic? Probably yes. Is it boring? Probably yes. Does it score abundance of goal? Like, are they going to break the 100 goals? No, they aren't. But that is probably a new way of playing and actually a new way of dominating games. Are City better than Arsenal? The answer is no. I want everyone, I want you guys to tell me now. I'm not saying at the end of the season. I want everyone to tell me, what do they think about Arsenal and City now? Give me one, and I trust everyone to be objective and honest. January 28th today, who is the better team? Who has been the better team this season? Arsenal or Manchester City? Can we just analyze this? Can we sit here and analyze this? I want to know if you guys think that Man City are better or Arsenal are better than Chelsea. Can someone let me know, right? What you guys think about this, genuinely. Who has been the better team? I did. There is a lot of, there is reasons for it. Don't take it personally. You get my point, it's banter. So if Arsenal are being better, yes and no, the league would have been done with a firing forwards. Probably you are right. And Arsenal, in my opinion, I agree with this comment. In a bit, I agree. Probably the problem is not the forward as well. Like, Eucharist has absolutely is not doing well for Arsenal. Probably if they have a difference maker up top, like a Kun Aguero, like an Mbappe, like a Harry Kane, they might have done better. You know what I mean? But currently, as it stands, it looks like still Arsenal are better than City, right? As a team, structurally, like people would trust Arsenal more than Manchester City until Pep Guardiola changed the way he plays, and until Pep Guardiola actually fix the stuff that he's doing in terms of like, is Pep Guardiola going to be able to stop playing the high line? Is Pep Guardiola going to tighten the defense? Can Marc Guehi play the high line? Or will Pep Guardiola actually drop the line a little bit? Which is, I'm going to play you a clip now for what people think about Marc Guehi and how people think about what Marc Guehi will do to City. But before that, Redlan Taranga Habibi, number one, I want to thank you so much for the messages you sent me on WhatsApp, wishing my wife a speedy recovery and checking on me, not only messaging, but checking on me and my wife later. Appreciate you so much for this. It means a lot, by the way. That means you didn't only send a message just to get a job done. You literally checked on me later and asked how the surgery went, and I really appreciate that as well, and prayers. So I really thank you for this. This means a lot to me, genuinely. And I know that some people think that this doesn't mean anything. It means a lot when people just not only send you one message, but check on you later to see how it went. I appreciate you so much for this. Let's get Brother Mo to 50K, guys. Don't forget to like the video too. Thank you so much for this. Yeah, let's get to 50K. Let's get to 50K, people. Appreciate it. And there's a lot of people that message me on Twitter as well, actually checking on me. It was tough 48 hours, to be honest. Thank you so much. Let's get to 50K. Hit that like button, people, if you guys are here. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And let's actually hear the next video, actually, about this. So let's hear this guy talk. This one. This one is Darren Lewis and actually Alex Crock talking about Manchester City and Marc Guehi. And I'm going to tell you how many ifs are there as well. And by the way, I'm open to clips if you want to send me something to play here. Let's go. Thank you so much, Ridwan and Taranga, for supporting the channel. Let's actually hear this. You cannot hear this. Okay. I'll fix this. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Yeah. I got it. I know why there is. I know. Oh, okay. I know why it's not working. Just give me a sec. I got it right here. Here you go. Advanced property audios. Monitor and output. I bet you can hear it now. Here you go. Come on now. Why you can't? Why it's not working? Echo. Here you go. Come on. Why it's not working again like yesterday? StreamYard. Share. Here you go. Monitor, mute, output, monitor and output. Actually, it's right here. You should be able to hear it now. You should be. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is this a problem? Okay, I'm gonna fix it, guys. Just bear with me, please. It's not as easy as you guys think here. Okay, now here we go. Let me just bring it. Maybe I'll bring it here. Here we go.
Loses out.
Audio.
And I think that there is a calm assurance that he brings to any defence that he plays in. There was a moment in the game where he put his body on the line. Another player did as well, whose name I can't.
He was excellent, by the way, in their 4-game winless streak in the Premier League. And they are now Wanderers, so they won't be getting too excited just yet, but they end their 4-game winless streak in the Premier League. And they are now 4 points behind Arsenal. Does Marc Guehi's arrival, and I thought he was excellent, by the way, in obviously different circumstances on Saturday, give them a chance of chasing down the Gunners, Darren?
Yes, in a word, because it will be defensive organisation and the confidence that he brings that could yet prove the difference between whoever wins the league and whoever loses out. And I think that there is a calm assurance that he brings to any defence that he plays in. There was a moment in the game where he put his body on the line. Another player did as well, whose name I can't quite remember. And Donnarumma came out and hugged them both. And it was a really interesting moment as well, because it showed just how much emphasis they are putting now into making sure that they tighten up at the back, which is where they've been weakest so far this season. There's been a debate as to whether Guehi keeps his side when the A-listers are fit again. Actually, I think he keeps his side regardless, his place in the team regardless, because those A-listers have had opportunities this season to keep their place, and their defensive record has been poor. If City get it right, I think City could win. I haven't yet ruled out Villa as well. I know we'll get to that in a bit. But if City can manage to get that right at the back and they can get Haaland scoring again, I think they could pip Arsenal. I do not think we play this, and as journalists,
I'm going to stop it here and I'll tell you guys something. And I want to have an honest conversation with you. And you guys, I'm big up my man for becoming a member. Captain T1, big up my friend for becoming a member of YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support for the channel. It means a lot to us supporting the channel. If City get it right, and if Haaland score goals, Man City will win the league. Fantastic. If Arteta gets it right, and Saka, Eucharist, Martinelli, Trossard, all of them score goals, Arsenal will win the league. Okay. Easy. Like, to be honest with you, it's always honest here. Always honest. I know that you don't like it. I know that you think I have a bias and an agenda. I don't. I promise you, you think that because it's in your head. It's in your head. You can disagree with me. It is in your head. And I genuinely always explain my point. This is why it's not an agenda. It's an agenda if I don't explain the point. You can debate the point back, which is a lot of people do. I've had a lot of debates where people debate the points back. And I might be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm always right or always wrong. Nobody's always right. Nobody's always wrong. Anybody that tells you, I have a statement. Anyone that thinks they're always right, they are wrong. This is it. But in terms of City, does Marc Guehi change the equation? Slightly better, because Gvardiol is out for the season. And when Diaz comes back, Guehi and Diaz will tighten that defense. However, do I think that this City team is capable of doing a 12-game winning streak? Not yet. I'm not yet convinced. And the reason why, it's a maybe. Exactly. It is a maybe. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's not because of banter. So forget Arsenal in a minute. Forget how Arsenal are doing. Man City hasn't shown me this season with the likes of Nico O'Reilly, Matthias Nunes, with Rodri, with the high line that Pep plays, that they are capable of fending for themselves. You know what I mean? It's fending for themselves for 12, 13 games. Is Pep Guardiola a genius and he can do it? 100% he can do it. But as it stands now, I'm analyzing the football. Pep Guardiola is insisting in playing the way he wants to play, which is he wants to press the opposition. He wants to have the position for all the time. He wants to press for the whole field. He wants to play the high line even when Ake is back. And this is why I'm doubting that Pep Guardiola is going to be able to have a 12, 13 game winning streak. There's 15 games left. I want you guys to give me a number in the chat on how many games do you think City must win for them to nick the league out of from Arsenal from 15 games. So forget about Arsenal. You tell me how many games you think City must win out of 15 for you to say that, yeah, that is City winning the league. $11, 10, 12. Okay, 11, 12, 10. So you think City are to get... So you think that City, if they get less than 80 points, they will be able to win the Premier League? So currently, as it stands, and I'm looking at the table now as it stands. I'm looking at the table as it stands, right? This is the table as it stands. Like, let me just get this table up. Okay, is this? The table is here. As it stands, City are in 46 points. So 15 games. So you think City can collect, assuming that they're going to lose 2 games. So you think that City can win the league on 80 points only? 80 points. Fair enough. The table says that City are on 46 points. So you think that City will win the league with 80 points or less? I think that is crazy. So that means Arsenal will not collect in 15 games. Arsenal will not win 10. They will not collect 30 points. So guys, you guys are thinking that Arsenal will completely. So Arsenal in the next. So whereas I'm assuming that Arsenal in the next 15 games will win 11 and drop points in 4 games. Right? Drawing 1, or drawing 2, and losing 2 games. Let's say 15 games. Okay, Arsenal will win 11, draw 2, and lose 2. So at that time, Arsenal will have 32. They have 82 points. You only need 4 points from Spurs and Liverpool. I agree with you. 4 points from Spurs and Liverpool, and it will put you in a great place. However, if Arsenal win their games against Leeds, and so Arsenal have, currently as it stands, City have Spurs and Liverpool in the next 2 games. Arsenal have, in the next 2 games, they have Leeds away, and they have Sunderland at home. If Arsenal get 6 points and you get 4 points, that puts the distance between you and them in 4 points, in 6 points. And at that time, I think that you will need to make the gap more than 6 points. And also people are guaranteeing that City will win against Arsenal at the Etihad. When is the last time City have won against, isn't it 22-23? So it will be 3 years since City won against Arsenal. Arsenal against City at the Etihad might actually be able to get actually a draw. Are we disagreeing with this? Mo, it's more likely that Arsenal draw 5 games or City win 5 games in a row. I don't think that Arsenal will draw 5 games in a row, my friend. I genuinely don't think so. Just to answer you, John, I don't think that Arsenal will draw 5 games. Arsenal have Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford, Spurs away, you know. They have Chelsea at home, Brighton away, Everton, Wolves. Arsenal have an easy, like April and May, apart from City away. They have Newcastle at home. They don't have a lot of games that I think that Arsenal would lose actually at the end of the season. And I'm not sure if City will be able to, like I haven't yet ruled out City completely, but I think it's not logical for us to think that City will nick the league now. Because if we're saying that Arsenal will lose against Leeds, what guarantees that Man City will win against Leeds away from home? Isn't it the same though? Right? We've heard it before, it's the draws that kills you. As it stands now, Man City have drawn 4 games and Arsenal have drawn 5. So it's not that different, to be honest with you. It is not that different between 2 teams. So let's continue with the video if you guys. I am ruling out Villa, Aaron. I'm ruling out Villa. I am ruling out Villa. Yes. I don't think Villa will win the league, to be honest with you, Aaron. I don't think. Martin here is saying, before I do German chicken, let's see how City go to Spurs at Anfield. Exactly that. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I am saying I am with German chicken wing. I want to see how City play against Spurs away and Liverpool away. Liverpool away is massive for City, to be honest, because Liverpool away, Arsenal lost. So City can get ground on Arsenal if they win. Do you guys think that Liverpool will let it go? We know that Spurs are bums, but I don't think that this stage of the season, Spurs are not going to give them the win like what they did 2 years ago, to be honest with you. I don't think they will. I don't think they will lay down to give them the win, actually. I just don't think that is going to happen. Big up. Is that Patrick? Can you say, is that Patrick, Matthias, or Kelk? Who has the account for now? And guys, let me just say something. We got over 400 people here. We need to get to 300 likes live. My target this show is 300 likes. But Patrick, logically speaking, Arsenal are favorites, in my opinion. But let's hear the rest of the videos because I got plenty of others for us to listen to.
Listen, and fans listening, we do this so often, season in, season out. We declare teams the winner with 6 months of the season, 5 months of the season to go. It is lunacy. It is like declaring the winner of the Grand National at the halfway stage after one circuit. Why do we do this season in, season out? Oh, they've got the best squad. That means they're going to win. They've got this top £50 million player. They're going to win. It is madness. And this season is making mugs of a lot of people who said that Arsenal would walk the league because they had the best players. It doesn't work like that. We've all seen way too much football to be seduced into thinking that.
Yes, why do we do it every year? Why do you do it every month, Alex Crook? Arsenal are going to win the league. Liverpool are definitely going to win the league. Manchester City are going to win the league. Arsenal are going to win the league again. Liverpool are concrete but certainties for a place in the top four. Why do we go so early? Maybe you can explain it to us as someone who maybe does that occasionally. I mean, not very often, obviously.
Yeah, Habibi, I haven't seen you for ages, Fawzi. Big up, Fawzi. Thank you so much for being here, Fawzi, and telling the people to like the video. I'm good, alhamdulillah, Fawzi. I'm very, very good. Arsenal are favorites for now, but 4 points is like having 2-1 lead against your rivals. It's not easy. No one said it's easy. No one said it's easy. No one has ever claimed that winning the Premier League is easy. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 100. I said my target is 300. The like button will push the video to new viewers. So hit the damn like.
You like a bold prediction on this podcast, but I'm going to keep my powder dry when it comes to the title race. I still think it should be Arsenal to lose. I do think that.
Is that because you've run out of powder?
I'm still not convinced that Manchester City can go on the relentless winning run that will reel Arsenal in if Arsenal can just find a way to navigate these next few weeks. And actually, as much as I've said the next game against Leeds is difficult, you look at their games in February, Sunderland, who don't travel very well at home, Brentford away, obviously Brentford beaten yesterday, and then Tottenham in a North London derby were absolutely dreadful in the reverse fixture. So February looks quite kind for Arsenal in terms of the games ahead.
That's very fair. See, someone can analyze the football. Someone can big up my man. People are hoping Villa win the league when Emery loves Europa League. People's logic is so funny. People better be grateful teams didn't let Arsenal run. Yeah, if Arsenal run away with the league, I think now we have better content that City are in a title race. I genuinely believe that City, that now we have better content that City are in a title race. Big up my man. And also for yesterday, you and Ashraf going at each other. By the way, you freaking started it by calling him Gabriel Jesus' girlfriend. And then you didn't like his mama joke. And then you guys went back and forth. I liked it. You just a little bit took it too far when he spoke about his kids and family. The mama jokes, a lot of people make these jokes. They're funny. But you took it way too far when you literally went to the family. So that's unacceptable. But it was funny in the beginning, and then you took it too far. So, but big up for the support. It's too far taking it to family and kids, stuff like this, by the way. So come on, have some shame. I hope that next Tuesday you and Ashraf will hash it together, because I like Ashraf. He's one of the best Arsenal panelists out there, in my opinion, to be honest. But big up, thank you for the support. Really appreciate you. There are a couple of comments. Redline and Taranga say, even when City got Centurion, their bad period was getting knocked by us in the Champions League and losing at home to United. Yeah, I hear you. I just think that there is... I just think that there is so much football to play, but I still think that as it stands now, I'm thinking Arsenal are the team to actually win the league now. It's theirs to lose, in my opinion. What do you mean Ashraf messed that up? What did he do, Ashraf? Messed that up. Kingsley, I'm sorry, I missed your question. I know that you asked a question, but the chat was too many people in the chat, so I couldn't catch your question. Genuinely, right? Genuinely, I couldn't. But I want you guys to hear the next one. There are too many clips that I wanted to actually discuss. By the way, I wanted to play what Arteta did. I don't know if you guys are interested in this. If to hear what Arteta said about the win against Man United. But before we do that, I want to hear the questions from you guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. And let's hear. Actually, I wanna see the funny stuff, the funny things. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's right here. It is right here, right here, right here. Let's go. Let's hear this guy talking about, will your tune change if Rosenior make top 4? About Rosenior, probably yes. Probably yes. But when I'm watching Chelsea now, I am not convinced, Kingsley. You're watching Chelsea against Brentford, against Crystal Palace, and I keep saying this. He's not yet convinced me that he can do the coaching that is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, not yet, Kingsley. To be honest with you, not yet. Posey, you didn't need to do that. I believe 50K tonight. Come on, people. Posey, you didn't need to do this. Appreciate you so much. You didn't need to send super chat, but I appreciate you so much. Guys, very close to 50K. So listen to Fawzi, who spent his hard-earned money. So thank you for supporting the channel, Fawzi. Appreciate you so much for always being here for us, me and Osam and others as well. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you, Fawzi, so much about this, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. I wanted to hear this because I'm not sure if this is this gonna work. Let's actually check it.
And he's agitated, he's up, he's down, he's shouting. If you're watching him on the touchline, he's agitated, he's up, he's down, he's shouting, he's got his arms in the air. I get it, he's passionate, he wants to win, he's so determined and wants it so much that sometimes you look over on the touchline and it almost like maybe rubs off on the players a little bit, and they get the ball and it's a bit panicky, it's rushed. On the flip side of that, I thought Michael was as calm, cool as a cucumber on the sideline. When it went 2-2, I think they had a discussion, and you know, it could have quite easily gone, well, I'll tell you what, we'll throw another centre-half on here, we'll try and see the game out. You know, 4 points in 2 games against 2 big clubs. But no, they went with Sesko. They smelt blood, and it's ballsy, but it was the right.
By the way, I don't like Arteta's antics on the sideline. And I said that plenty of times. But I think he calmed down this season massively, by the way. Massively, he calmed down. Like, genuinely, I think this is way better than the seasons before. Right? But also Pep Guardiola does this and complain a lot and yells and screams when things don't go his way. Jurgen Klopp used to do that. And I actually believe that it is warranted. Sometimes it takes the heat off the players as long as you are able to have, I'm going to say something that probably people are not going to like it, especially Arsenal fans. There are 2 ways to go about this. You can be Jurgen Klopp and you can be Pep Guardiola on the sideline, jump up and down and do all these antics and put pressure on the referee. And I like it. I liked it when Antonio Conte did it for Inter. I liked it when Mourinho did it for Inter as well. But here is the thing about it. And I want you to hear this very important, the point that I'm going to make, the next one. It will be transferred to the players on the pitch unless you have a strong captain on the pitch that is able for themselves to lead the team on the pitch and separate and know that the energy from the manager is not towards their player, is to put pressure on the referee, is to put pressure on the opposition. I genuinely don't like Odegaard as the Arsenal captain. I like Gabriel. I like Declan Rice. I don't think that Odegaard is the captain. By the way, I don't like Bernardo Silva sometimes wearing the captain's armband for Manchester City. I think he's a wind-up. I think he's focused too much on the personal battles on the pitch rather than actually picking up his team. I think Diaz is a better captain. I think Rodri is a better captain. I don't like Odegaard being the captain. I think he's weak. I think he puts his head down so many times. And the problem is there are 2 ways to do the captain. There's 2 ways to do the captaincy. Because a lot of people actually agree with me here. It's either you are Lionel Messi, you are the go-to guy, you are the Cristiano Ronaldo, you are the, I'm not going to say Wayne Rooney, like Wayne Rooney. You are the captain that go-to. When the team is in trouble, you do your talking on the pitch. You know what I mean? You do your talking on the pitch. So you can have a captain that might not have a stronger personality, but you're always running. You know what I mean? You're always fantastic on the pitch. You do the great work with the ball. You do the talking on the pitch. I think that Odegaard sometimes does, or the other side is you be the strongest personality on the pitch. You are the guy that has the strongest personality on the pitch. The problem with Odegaard is there's a lot of games where he does neither. He does neither. He's not doing the talking on the pitch, so that's why he gets subbed off. And his personality is not the leadership personality on the pitch. You know what I mean? There are teams that has captains, and I think that is a problem with Arsenal. And I think maybe that's why my point, so I don't know what you guys are talking about, but my point is maybe Arsenal need to transfer the captaincy to, what's his name, to Rice. I know it's going to crush Martin Odegaard, but come on, this is, I think that Odegaard is not the guy to galvanize the team, in my opinion. Galvanize the team. How many likes are we on, guys? We need more likes on this video. Like the video and subscribe, as Michelle says. Let's hear what Wayne Rooney have said.
The fans, they've seen this happen before. So, you know, these bad memories are coming back. And I think over the last 3
Why is he so happy? I don't understand. Why is Rooney? Why is he so happy? Why? Is he happy that his team won? Why is he so happy? Rooney. The Arsenal are losing. I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that Wayne Rooney doesn't see Man City as rivals. I think that Wayne Rooney sees Arsenal as rivals, not Man City. The guy grew up when Arsenal are on it for Man City, for Man United. There is Man United versus Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. There is Chelsea. I just don't see. I don't think he sees Man City as rivals. Why is he so happy?
The fans, they've seen this happen before. So, you know, these bad memories are coming back. And I think over the last 3 games, picking up 2 points will be a concern for not just the fans, but the players and the manager.
I actually think it will give them a jolt, a gentle reminder they're not going to have it all their own way. But it must be a concern for Arteta that he's got this abundance of talent in forward areas and can't seem to get the creative element to them to score the goals. It's becoming no goals against Forest, no goals against Liverpool. They had an own goal today and a set play. It's got to...
I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that Arteta has the talent that people are talking about. Eucharist is not like phenomenal. I think Trossard is good, very good, but I don't think he's like phenomenal. I don't think Martinelli is phenomenal as well. I don't think that at all. So to me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think that they're amazing like that. I think Mikel Arteta, for some whatever reason, need to get the goals from the midfield, in my opinion. In terms of football-wise, I think he needs to get the goals from the midfield. I swear to God, that's what he needs. He needs to actually start getting goals from the likes of Declan Rice more, Odegaard more, Zubamendi, which happens. Because I think the forwards are marked very well. They are very well marked. Saka's best positions if he reaches the byline, because they're always doubling on him. Trossard is good. I think Declan Rice need to make... You know what Chelsea did with Enzo Fernandez last season? When Enzo Fernandez is the go-to guy to score goals, make late runs. Kukurea used to make late runs. I actually think that maybe he needs to do what City did before when Gundogan made the late runs and Kevin De Bruyne started scoring goals. Maybe that's what they need. Like, I think Declan Rice has goals in him because Declan Rice can strike a ball. Cutbacks, he can. I think Odegaard has a lot of goals in him. They just need to get in the right places and positions to take the shots. They have goals in them. They just need to get in the right places, in the right positions, and stop being worried. Declan Rice can get inside the 18 more when Saka's trying to cross. That's what I think. That's what I think. But listen, this is a magnificent clip that I played yesterday. Listen to this.
All those big clubs, you know, they're showing inconsistency, you know, from the start of the season. You know, you don't know what to expect.
But Emmanuel, Arsenal have been here before. We are right to ask questions as to whether or not
the same
go over the line. Will they go over the line?
It's not because
it's the same Arsenal until you win something.
I know, but it's not the same Arsenal team that happened 2 or 3 years ago because
Why? Why? What's the
because the depth of the bench, it's not the same. The turnover as well. You can see that.
But 3 years on, we're still getting questions about the mental strength.
Where I agree with Patrick.
From Arsenal legends.
I know, but it's always the same. Former players sometimes, sometimes better not to say something because we all say stupidity sometimes, And
He's telling Patrick Vieira to shut up. You gotta shut up, Patrick. Get behind the team. You know what I mean? He is telling Patrick Vieira, don't question the mentality of the team. And I think it was a little bit of a lazy analysis on Sky Sports after the game. So instead of analyzing why Arsenal lost and what Arteta did wrong, is to literally just go for, oh yeah, it's maybe the mental strength. We're questioning the mental strength of Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Maybe he has to get behind the team. I'm not an Arsenal fan. But maybe Patrick Vieira needed to analyze the team instead of questioning the mentality. Because this clip, this Patrick Vieira clip was seen by millions of people. So if an Arsenal legend is putting questions on the mentality, what do you think the fans will do? Your own legend, Patrick Vieira, is questioning the mentality of the team. What do you think the fans will do? If you aren't telling the fans to trust the team now, you can question the mentality later. I think Emmanuel Petit here is spot on. Why are you questioning the mentality of Vieira? What do you think the average fan will do? Patrick Vieira currently is an Arsenal fan that goes punditry. An Arsenal fan, I think he needs to, he needed to literally stick behind the club and analyze the football and say that Arteta's doing this wrong, Arteta's doing that right, maybe Arteta needs to do this, maybe Arteta needs to do that. You know what I mean? But for him to start questioning the mentality today, I think it's too early. I think it's too early for him to start questioning the mentality. But let's hear the rest of this clip because it's fantastic, actually.
It's easy to say that, actually, but if at the end of the season they win something, why are you going to say? If but at the moment
they haven't done it yet.
I know. 15 games to go.
Do you trust Arsenal to go over the line and win the Premier League?
Yes, definitely yes. And everybody has to do that, starting from the player, from the manager.
Do I trust that? I don't really care about Arsenal, but my nose tells me my nose tells me that they'll win the league because I think the opposition isn't as strong enough to be able to chase them down. And Arsenal will constantly.
That is very good. To be honest with you, as it stands, even City fans, my man here is saying that he doesn't still trust City squad to go on that run. And I think what Simon Jordan is saying here is spot on. And is the opposition strong enough to catch Arsenal? This is part of the analysis. You know what I mean? But let's hear the rest because he's going to call out everyone.
Chase them down. And Arsenal will constantly have to listen to these. First and foremost, it's interesting that no one's talking about Arsenal winning a treble. I mean, Arsenal are top of the Champions League by a mile. Gone out and bashed Milan in Milan last week.
Yeah, fuck off.
They're in the League Cup semi-final and they've won the first leg. They're in the FA Cup. They're top of the Premier League. If this were another club, if this were Liverpool, the media circus would be saying, there's a treble on here. Yeah. There's a quadruple on here. Yeah. No one's mentioned anything. And it's because Arsenal have created the narrative for themselves 3 years ago. It's like anything. The first impression is the one that lasts longest. I walked into a dressing room once as a football club owner, once in my first week of ownership, and for 10 years later, I'm still being told I'm a chairman who walks in the dressing room. Arsenal bottled the Premier League 3 years ago, and until they get across the line, it's a very easy and lazy go-to, which is they haven't got the mental strength. This is a completely different Arsenal side.
See, spot on. It's an easy analysis and an easy go-to to just say that Arsenal are just a bottle job. The Arsenal will bottle the league, and that's what is going to happen. And Arsenal will not win the Premier League. It's just easy. It's so easy. You know what I mean? And he should just shut up about bashing Inter before that. In my opinion, if I'm looking at, and I said that on the Football Terrace, and people didn't answer. Let me just name you the players at City that didn't go on that run that people are talking about. Nico O'Reilly, Marc Guehi, Donnarumma, Matias Nunes, Nico Gonzalez, Ryan Cherki, Doku wasn't a big part of that team, Semenyo as well, Omar Marmoush. So there is a lot of players at Man City that still haven't actually got that run in them yet until Pep Guardiola is actually giving them that platform. And Pep Guardiola speaks a lot about We are trying to find the answers. We are trying to find the solution. We are trying to find this. We are trying to find that. You know what I mean? And they haven't yet. They haven't actually found that in them yet. Again, before I play the rest of the clip, you know what I mean? Most things Simon is right, but not people doubting Arsenal. I think people doubt Arsenal is correct about the football. We literally, yesterday, so see, this is where you're wrong. I'm not sure if you watched the stream yesterday or not. Listen, I like you for a couple of reasons. You're always objective in your chats, super chats, and comments, and always comments after the videos. Yesterday, we literally actually discussed Arsenal in depth with Staffy and Ashraf about how Arteta plays, and I criticized him heavily about not allowing Rice to get into 18, not allowing Capia to get into 18, Saka being a touchline winger, right? So I doubt Arsenal. I doubt the Arsenal attack. But in the same time, I still doubt that Man City will get it better. Here is my take on it, which is this is the conclusion from what I have seen this season. Even if Arsenal continue in the same form that is people think that is bad, and City continue in the same form, I think that Arsenal will win the league. You know what I mean? By the way, Capo, you know me. And if you're coming here to say that, maybe don't watch, Capo. You got my number, actually. You can text me on WhatsApp. So I don't understand why this comment is here. I don't appreciate this comment, to be honest with you. But I've had you a couple of times on the channel. We spoke. And if you think I just repeat what I said, it's fine. Whatever makes you sleep well at night, my man. I've all respect for you because I spoke to you personally. So that is why, just to respond, to come here to my chat, actually, Capo, and just call me this, I think is disrespectful. And I don't take you as a disrespectful person. So that is what I think about the doubt. I doubt that Arsenal attack might get better. It might not get better. It might still the same, and nobody will end. And nobody will end on more than 10 goals. You know, I never said otherwise. I said it yesterday. That yesterday, I don't think that any Arsenal player, you become a mod, but I can just mod you. I think you're a reasonable person. I can just mod you. You don't need to do anything. You know what I mean? You don't need to do anything, to be honest with you. Where was I? I was responding to a comment. I was responding to a comment. These people that tune in here, they don't watch everything you do all day. No problem if things get repeated. And I don't try to repeat myself. I try to actually bring different conversations every time. That's why I'm playing more clips. Yeah, that's what I said. I actually think the Arsenal attack might not get better, and they might continue in the same trajectory, and nobody will get more than 10 goals this season. So Saka might end on 10 or 9 goals. Eucharist might end on 10 goals as well, or 8 goals. But I think the trajectory, if it stays the same, I still think the Arsenal are favourites to win the league. Am I wrong? We complain Mikel stifles players, but so does Pep. Can you elaborate, please? What do you mean by this? Can you elaborate on this? What does that mean? What do you mean by this? Can you elaborate about this? By the way, Capo, the people that watch my content all the time, they will tell you that I don't do only super chats. This is a lie. I only do super chats if there are too many of them. So I need to respect the people that spend their hard-earned money and donate to the channel to do the super chat. But if there is an interesting comment, I always do that interesting comment. You say in here that I do the comment. I always do a lot of comments that are not super chats on this channel. A lot. So I appreciate the donation. This is my livelihood, and I appreciate the people that donate and support the channel and get involved in the conversation. But I've never done a solo show where I only did super chats, unless it's 20 or 30 super chats and I cannot discuss the others because people send their money for their chat. And you do YouTube, and you know what I'm talking about. Super chats gets highlighted in a different section, so they get saved. Comments don't get saved. So now, see all this. So I did your comment. I missed tons of comments because I did your comment. So I'm not going to go back and do every comment. You get my point. I hope that you get my point. Now, I tried to explain to you respectfully. So I hope that you understand now. For anybody that is lying to you and I tell you that I only do super chat, they're lying to you. You're lying. I will respect the super chatter because the people that spend their hard-earned money for their comment to be highlighted, I will discuss it more, of course. You know what I mean? That's why they spend the money. They spend their hard-earned money for their comment to be highlighted, right? That's why. Like when you spend money, you buy a better car. More money means a better car, right? When you spend more money, you spend in a better hotel. It's very simple. So you see, it's ridiculous that you think I only do I do a lot of other comments as well, but the problem is you do YouTube. You do YouTube sometimes. You know how hard is it to catch every single comment, right? Okay, let me just give you my analytics. Currently, as it stands, every minute I have 25 messages. That means every 2 seconds I have a message. So you can imagine how many messages I get on my right side. See, I spent a lot of times actually explaining this to you. So 25 messages a minute, that means a message every 2 seconds. You're expecting me, my eyes, while I'm talking to the camera and watching a clip, to catch every single comment. Make it make sense. That's why super chats get highlighted. Only people that were on StreamYard and join shows, they know that there is two parts. There is the live comment section and there is the start comment section, which is the super chats. I hope that I explained it. So this is literally my chat rate is right in front of me. Anyway, appreciate you so much. So just going back to this comment section, we complain Mikel stifles player, but so does Pep. I'm not sure if Pep stifles players as much as you say. I think the problem, I don't want to be derailed in the comments now about me being an Arsenal fan and me liking Arsenal and me supporting Arsenal and all this stuff, because there is Don Castro, for example, who thinks I'm an anti-Arsenal. Martin in the chat, I call Martin a friend, actually. Martin in the chat have done hours and hours of shows with me. Probably me and Martin have done probably 100 hours of show. Last season and the season before, every time Martin joined my show, I asked him one question. When are you going to be Arteta out? What is your threshold? You think that is me liking Arsenal? Do you think that? So you see my point, right? The people that say I'm an Arsenal fan. So it actually doesn't make any sense, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? The people that say that. And by the way, last season, but people that say that, I say that Arsenal are the best team. Last season, I have a video on my channel. It says Liverpool are the best in the world. Same as Arsenal, because they were top of the league, top of the Champions League. German Chicken Wing literally gifted you guys 10 memberships. See, someone who spent their hard-earned money to support the channel. So Sonra, Kika, Marco, Kairi, JJ, OG Clibs, Rayjack, and Osman Mehdi, you guys became members thanks to German Chicken Wing. So you guys know who to thank. W's in the chat for German Chicken Wing for spending his hard-earned money to actually support the channel and just give you guys members. Give you guys memberships. Appreciate you. Pep doesn't give them license either. This has been debunked lately with a lot of ex-players saying that Pep in some parts of the pitch, give them a lot of license. However, Thierry Henry have said that Pep actually subbed them out because he moved from his position. So maybe both. However, I actually think that Pep is a phenomenal attacking coach. And I mean, he has so many answers and so many ways. I have seen City under Pep Guardiola score. Okay, let me just, because I need to put the wording right. I have seen City under Pep score the same goals, but different types, like type 1, 20 times, and type 2, 20, 30 times. Pep, I think, is a genius in making plays in the final third to open up his players to score goals. A genius in this. How many times we have seen that far post run from Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané? How many times we have seen the runs from Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne finding him behind the defenders? How many times we have seen the late runs from the midfield of Kevin De Bruyne or a Gundogan? We have seen it, or Bernardo Silva. How many times we have seen the same play happen for City? He is ridiculous. Yes, exactly that. The Sterling back post tap-ins. This is a training ground. And I think that Pep is a genius in this. However, I think Pep doesn't know how to set up his team defensively like Arteta at all. Like, I don't think that Pep knows how to set up his team defensively to fend for the defense. I think he relies so much. Because Mourinho said that about Pep years ago. He said that Pep has one way of playing defense, which is press and get the ball back within 5 seconds. And Mourinho said that when he used to coach Inter. He said, if you bypass the first wave of Man City's press, you're going to have a 3-on-3, or you're going to have a chance of 2-on-2 at the back line, because he presses with 6 to 7 players. And this is one of the reasons why you need a player that will be able to make that line-breaking pass to break Pep's press. And recently, this season especially, Pep, in my opinion, the press doesn't look as aggressive as before. And that's why we see Man City press and Sunderland bypass the press, or this team bypass the press, or Fulham bypass the press sometimes. And this is why I think that there is something that fundamentally with Pep that is maybe the players are not working as hard as he used to have the players that used to play for him for Bayern Munich, Barcelona, or the old City team. And the problem is, once you bypass City's press, there is 50 yards of spaces for you to pick the right pass behind the high line. This is why when I said that City clicked in the mid-season, because when City lost the ball, this is halfway through the season, City did this. When City lost the ball, they all retreated to actually defend. They all left the press and went back to defend. However, because Pep Guardiola is not used to that since his Barcelona days, he's not used to setting up his team. Here's the difference between Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola. And I think Norgard, or someone spoke about this when they were playing Arsenal. They said that when we played Arsenal sit deep. There is every position has a player. There are no spaces for us to work. There are no spaces between Arsenal players and lines. There is this player come up, the player is falling back to support. This player is closing the angles of the pass. I actually don't think that Pep focuses so much in setting up his team defensively. That's why sometimes, even when Pep defends against Leeds or against Fulham, they still concede goals. The reason why I actually don't think that Pep's best attribute is not setting up his team defensively. It's not. Because I don't think that they know how to, if people played football, they know the one go up, one fill the position, one go up, one fill the position defensive line that Arsenal do and some others do, like Everton. Sean Dyche does this very well, actually. I think Arteta knows how to do it, but Arteta is not as good as Pep in setting up his team in the final third to create that open chance, the tap-in chance. He's not as good as Pep. So each coach has a good a thing that they are good at and a thing that they are not good at. So this is why I think that Pep maybe needs to lean. This is why I think not need to. This is why I think that Pep leans always towards the offensive side, the ball position side, because I don't think that Pep believes in I can actually set the defense very well to fend for myself. Before I do the rest of super chats, Mo, do you think we win the Carabao Cup? I don't know. In a final, if Arsenal get past Chelsea, which is I think Arsenal will get past Chelsea, I think Man City will get past Newcastle. I actually have no idea who's going. It's a one game. It's very hard to predict because one decision can change that game. I genuinely don't know. I actually don't know who's going to win it, to be honest. I think Arsenal can win it. I think City can win it as well. I actually think if Arsenal and City reach the final and the difference between them is 4 points and City win that, now, at that point, I think Arsenal fans should be scared. Because that will galvanize the City team. That's what I think, to be honest. My man here, Jamaican Guna, big up Jamaican people, think Eze can be the difference maker. Mikel Arteta need to use him. The problem is, Mikel Arteta doesn't give license either. So Mikel Arteta doesn't give the license to the players. You know what I mean? So they don't go, he doesn't give them the license to do what they do. I've seen Eze receive the ball at halfway line or before halfway line. Why even Eze high on the pitch? And also, I think that Eze, the way Arsenal play, Arsenal smother the opposition. And maybe Eze is not working in tight spaces. But I think he needs to. I like Eze. I haven't given up on Eze yet. I don't think that Eze. I haven't given up on Eze as a good player. I like Eze. I liked him. I wanted him to join Man City, actually. I wanted him to work under Pep when he was linked to him 2 years ago. Marc Guehi saying, something just occurred to me. My ex-midfielder better at coaching than others. Ancelotti, Zidane, Pep. Maybe I'm wrong, chat. Are these examples to prove otherwise? My ex-midfielders better at coaching than others. Ancelotti, Zidane, Pep. I don't know what that means. You're an Arsenal fan, Marco. So what do you mean? Okay, so to me, are ex-midfielders better at coaching than others? Yes. Yes, sorry. Yes. Are ex-midfielders. Yeah, probably most likely midfielders are better than coaching than others as well. I actually don't think that Ancelotti is a phenomenal coach in modern era. He's fantastic winning the Champions League. But I actually think that Ancelotti is more of a man manager than actually he can coach a one game off. I want you, Marco, to go and check Ancelotti's league record and the teams he had and how many times he failed to win the league. How many times? Fabregas, very good coach. Currently, the new coaches are all midfielders, actually. By the way, I want someone to go. Marco, that's something that I want to check. How many times? Check how many times and how good of teams that Ancelotti had and he lost the league. Let me know. Thank you. Love more, talk less. City players literally do what they want individually when defending 18 yards box. It's completely random. I'm not sure actually if that is true. I still think that Pep actually he tries to set them up. I don't think he knows how to set them up. In my opinion, I don't think he knows how to set them up. And is Rosenior a good coach yet? Johnny said, last game of the season, City and Arsenal on same points and goal difference, 10 minutes to go in their game. Who goes attacking or defensive? Both are going to go attacking to win the games and win the league. But I think at that time, City will win the league. Because I think City will score more goals than Arsenal. Because in the last game, but it depends. Like, it depends where Aston Villa are and it depends where Crystal Palace are, to be honest with you. So, I actually don't know, genuinely. But I think City win the league, John, to be honest with you. More genuine question. Tell me one player Arteta improved to world-level footballer. I think zero. He only developed a system, not players. I think he developed Gabriel. I think he developed Saliba. I think he developed Saka. I think he developed Declan Rice. These are the players that I think he actually developed Timber. But there is a lot of players. But Man City as well, like a lot of players, Pep Guardiola improved to be system players. And when they leave City, they are not as great. Leroy Sané as well. When he left Manchester City, he wasn't the same player. Raheem Sterling, we saw what happened to him. He left at his prime, Raheem Sterling. 28 years old. And he goes to Chelsea and completely flops. There is a lot of players that when they leave Man City as well in the system of Pep, they actually completely, they don't play at the same level. You know what I mean? Nobody, I don't, like, if you talk about world class, to be honest with you, I have a very different definition of world class. Very different definition of world class footballers. You know what I mean? It's different. It's a little bit of a different, to be honest with you, than actually others. To be honest with you. Did you see the news about the Chelsea fans in Naples? No, I didn't. You can tell us what happened to Chelsea fans in Naples. Chelsea fans in Napoli. What happened? Chelsea urged fans to take extreme cautions in Naples after 2 taken to hospital. Well, I've been to Napoli. It's a good place. They got stabbed. Well, I'm not going to bash Napoli people. I've been to Napoli. They're very, very nice, good people. But every place have the rogue ones. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. I don't know the circumstances, but I wish them speedy recovery. You traveling to watch football and get stabbed should be the least of your worries, to be honest with you. It's absolutely ridiculous and awful, to be honest with you. It's absolutely garbage. It's absolutely fucking weird that people still stab other people over football. Used to happen in Egypt a lot back in the days. Used to happen to a lot of people in Egypt. And by the way, guys, we haven't said that, but are we going to continue the videos or are we going to stop here? Appreciate the donation, appreciate the super chat, appreciate the chat. Normally, actually. Because I have other videos to show you guys before the game starts.
A better manager.
Jim, I always said that the worst enemy for Arsenal is Arsenal. What I've seen yesterday after the game from the fans is typical of what that should not happen.
Right. Okay.
So be careful.
I'm going to put it out there.
Are you guys, do Arsenal fans agree that the fans should have booed the team after the loss to Man United? When they are still 4 points ahead? Do you think the fans should have booed the actual team? You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure. What? I didn't say that. It's Arsenal hate. I didn't say this. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I tried to do the math, Akil, yesterday, and I couldn't do the math. I understand why as well. I understand why they put the team. I genuinely understand why they put the team. And listen, if you pay the money, you're allowed to do whatever as long as it's not insulting, as long as it's not bigotry. On the pitch, you pay the money. But it's up to you. But let's hear. Tim Sherwood actually said something. You guys will be so amazed of what Tim Sherwood said.
I think it's really important that they got to get over the line. If they get over the line, like I've said many times, I think that is the only question mark about this group of players, is the mentality to be able to get over the line. But like you said, we did it at Blackburn. We finished 4th. We didn't really believe. The following season, we were very close. We ended up runners up. And then when you're in the running of the season when we actually won it, yes, it's nervous. Of course it's nervous. It's going to be. You know, it's the biggest prize in the game domestically. We believe that we would get over the line.
Before you say he's such a bad pundit, just listen to what he says. He spoke very well about what he thinks. He actually related this Arsenal team to the Blackburn team that finished 4th and then were runner-up. And then they were going against the mighty Man United team that won a lot of titles. So that's what he's talking about. It's relatable.
But we were nervous. There's no coming away from that. These boys will be. They will be petrified that they've got this opportunity. They've addressed the issues with the squad now. They've got the strength and depth. They look solid defensively before yesterday. They're scoring enough goals, all right? And there's not one individual who's scoring an enormous amount of goals, but they're sharing them around the group. They look unbelievable on set pieces. They're flying high on all competitions at the moment. They just need to get over the line. But that's almost the biggest thing to do. It's the biggest thing because they know the questions what people are asking. And when they're getting booed by the home fans, even their home fans are probably questioning it now, which is going to be even more difficult for them to overcome.
Well, what did you make of the booing? Because you've just said that they're flying on all fronts.
It's frustration. I understand. They're frustrated. As final whistle, I mean, it's the first time they lost in the Premier League all season at home. I mean, the fans are not entitled to boo their team, but they pay their money, can do what they want. But they've been treated to pretty much, good viewing all season. There's a lot worse teams out there who perform a lot worse at home and don't get booed at home. But the expectations are high now. It's about, you can't finish runners up anymore. They have to win this title and they have to win it this year. Like I said, they've addressed all the issues with the squad. I believe Mikel is the man. I believe they will go on and win the league. I think they will. I think they'll overcome the nerve. There's no point in them coming in front of the camera and saying, no, we're not nervous. It's not about that. I was in that same position. People were always questioning that because they knew we had the squad to be able to win it. They knew we had the experience previously, but always come up short because Man United, the juggernauts of Man United, had that experience of doing it, just like Man City have. Man City have got the experience over them. And Gary's absolutely right what he says there. Pep Guardiola was saying, he's smelling it now. They could have been out of sight. If they was to go like 10, 12, 15 points ahead, they would win this league at a canter. But now it's edgy, and Pep knows. You get into March, and there's still, if Man City or whoever it is, or Aston Villa or whoever, are in touching distance, there's a great chance that the mentality of these group of players might just let them down because they've never been there and done it before, whereas his players have.
This is why Mikel Arteta plays a massive factor in this. Massive. And by the way, the people that tell me Sterling to Inter, oh my God. I'm sick. I'm fucking sick now. I'm fucking sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. By the way, fuck. We're trying to sign Moussa Diaby, at least from Moussa Diaby. There is fantastic, to be honest. In the stream there, the guy is a bum. I think the most overrated English player to ever play in England. Most overrated. That's my opinion. People put him in that best 10 wingers to ever play in the league, and I'm putting him on nothing. I'm not gonna do that. I don't like Raheem Sterling. If he scores goals, I'll cheer for him. But he's not an Inter player now, so I don't like him. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. I think he's a bum. I think he's a bum. I don't see that Inter. But we are signing Moussa Diaby. Has already given the green light to join in Inter. Yes. Moussa Diaby is going to be our new wing back. A wing back. Yeah, exactly this. But he could be your best attacker next year. Like he was your best attacker last year. He was your best attacker last year. And where did you get this picture? He's going to be the best attacker last year. There is a thing here. Mo look at Madrid, the boo their team after winning ugly. Don't ever compare a Premier League team to Real Madrid. Not even Man City, not Man United, not Liverpool, not Arsenal, not Chelsea. In Real Madrid, their bad season is coming third. In the Premier League, your bad season come 15th, 10th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 12th. These are the bad seasons for the top 6 club. For Real Madrid, the bad season has come third. This is their bad season. Don't ever compare. La Liga is completely different. It's a different environment than the Premier League. Completely. So don't ever compare Real Madrid to this. Exactly. I can't compare leagues ever. Bro, I'm going to tell you something. I don't like Raheem Sterling. I don't like him as a player, but we're signing Musa Diaby. Why are people saying we're signing Raheem Sterling? Why are people saying that? Put Judge Mo to Arsenal. Why do you keep saying this shit, ya akhi? Do you want to hear what Arteta said, actually? I didn't hear what he said.
Hi, Mikel. A first home defeat of the season on Sunday. Just wondering what the reaction has been like around the training ground and among the players since then.
The reaction has been excellent. We took a moment to bring the temperature down, to pause and to reflect and ask two questions. One is, how do we feel? And how do I feel myself? And then how we want to live the next 4 months. And it was so encouraging and beautiful. Because what came out of that is very simple. We have earned the right to be in a great position in 4 competitions. And in the next 4 months, we're going to live and play with enjoyment, with a lot of courage, and with the conviction that we're going to win it. And this is going to be the mindset and where we're going to put the energy. And I'm just hoping that everybody that is related to this club, especially our supporters, jump on that boat, because this is the way that we're going to live the next 4 months, because we deserve to live like this.
How did you...
I'm sorry. What is this? Is it what is this? It's what is this? Is it like, I get it. Like, he has to say that I get it. He has to say that the response has been good in the dressing room, blah, 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 all this stuff. Come on now. Come on. What the fuck? Bro, I don't hate the guy. I think you're wrong. Wallahi, I don't hate the guy. But I would laugh at, I'm keeping the same energy. I would laugh at Pep. If he said that, I would laugh at others. You know what I mean? Like, I would laugh at Arne Slot. I think this is too cheerful for me. I'm going to tell you, I think it's too cheerful. And him saying that we're going to play the next with enjoyment. Like, I expected an answer is like, we're learning, we're analyzing the game, we know what we did wrong, we're going to go forward, we're going to try to fix the mistakes. And he's talking about, maybe he talks about Martin Zubamendi making a mistake, and he's talking about that. I actually think that this is too cheerful to my liking. It was so vague, like it's rainbows and stars, and you get my, did you see, did I make sense now? Did I make sense? I hope that you understood where I'm coming from, because like, it's too cheerful for me. It's very, I know that he's trying to lift the spirits of the team, and I know that he's trying to lift the spirits of the fam. But him talking about the boat and jump on the boat and stuff like this, it's okay. I'm gonna show you a clip, right? I'm gonna show you a clip. This is the clip that I listen. This is it.
Have you ever seen the film Men in Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
This is what Martinez is like. You ready? You watch a game, they get beat, you sit there, you think that was a joke, that was shocking, and then he talks, and then he must press a button, and when he finishes talking, we all go, oh, it weren't that bad, was it? It weren't bad, was it?
That's how I feel, like what he said, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like it's, I felt like there is more to answering the question than actually saying this. I know that Pep does the same thing. Like Pep makes faces, and I make fun of it as well. Pep make faces and stuff like this. Just watch Kivu bottle the league. We might bottle the league. I'm not saying otherwise. Like, I know that they did. They might have. And I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying, for me, I think it's funny. Why do people like, why do you come at me when I find it funny, bro? Let me laugh. Let me have fun. Let me enjoy, Yaki. I actually think it's funny. If my manager spoke like this, I'd actually still laugh. Bro, what is wrong with you? It's lit, like, I feel it's funny when he, like when he spoke about this, and I'm like, I think it's funny. But listen, I wanna just do something before we go on. W is in the super chat for Sir 9860. W is in the chat for my guy for dropping the 20 piece. Like we did the W is in the chat for German chicken. W is in the chat, guys, for my man here, because $20, this is a $19.99 for my hard-earned money for this. Thank you so much for actually this. To be honest with you, I'm going to just respond to you with the W's, to be honest with you. I'm going to respond to you with the W's. Appreciate you so much for the donation and support. Thank you, everyone, donating and supporting the channel. Followed you since you started, and you troll teams in a way that is hilarious. You provide good content and football talk. Truly enjoy your takes as an Arsenal fan. Okay to boo. That game was unacceptable. No energy in a huge rival game. I agree. I actually think that Mikel Arteta got it wrong. I don't think it's on I said that many times. I don't think it's on the players. I genuinely believe it was on Mikel. I genuinely believe that his tactics were not the best in the game. And I said that many times. I don't think it's on the play. I know that Martin Zubamendi made a mistake that he should be punished for, but you brought it back to 2-2, and you should go from here to win the game. I don't think it's on the play. I think it's on him. So yeah, Martin Zubamendi made a mistake. Everyone, so as Lisandro Martin, everyone is talking about Martin Zubamendi making a mistake for Man United to score goal, right? But no, I guess no one is talking that Lisandro Martin scored an own goal as well. So it evened itself out. So but people want to talk about, yeah, it's Martin Zubamendi made the error. So is Lisandro Martinez. So both made mistakes. But but the team was able to bring it back to 2-2. I thought that after the 2-2, the energy from the team went down. No, but I don't think so. So here is what I think that people are wrong. I actually don't think, and I'm gonna tell you what. Two screamers. One of them, number one, Matthias Cunha had so much space to pick his spot and take the shot. And I think taking the risk is part of the manager allowing people to take risks and allowing people to step out of the line, Martin. And I think that Mikel Arteta sometimes doesn't allow people to step out of the line, which is, I think it's all about the system and the things that we did in training. See? That's what I think sometimes. But sometimes he does allow players to do something outside the box. Sometimes he does. Like Madueke did it in the Champions League. He scored a screamer in the Champions League, Madueke. He took it upon himself to actually, but because, I think it's because Mikel Arteta in that game was like, allow players to do what they want, in my opinion. Sounds like a man who isn't convinced and is trying to convince himself. I disagree with you. I think this is his way of trying to calm the fans. That his team can win. The doubts have crept in. He needs to build momentum. I disagree with you. I actually think I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get the fans behind the team by actually portraying a good image. So people will be excited again. So people will actually be excited again. That's what I think. So I disagree with you on this. But let's hear the rest if you guys are interested to hear the rest. If you guys are interested, we can absolutely hear the rest. A big up everyone supporting the channel actually today. Thank you guys so much. Let's hear the rest.
With a lot of courage and with the conviction that we're going to win it. And this is going to be the mindset and where we're going to put the energy. And I'm just hoping that everybody that is related to this club, especially our supporters, jump on that boat, because this is the way that we're going to live the next 4 months, because we deserve to live like this.
How did you do that reflection? Was that something you did on your own, or was it a presentation you gave to the
together
players?
with the players. It was just a conversation about that. First of all, because I told them, first of all, how good they are and how grateful we are to share every single day with them, and with the position to realize where we are, and just let's make sure that we enjoy with a lot of conviction that is going to happen, because it's our moment and we really want it.
I like that last part when he's speaking about the players and the confidence and the players and entertainment. I like that part when he's speaking about the conversation that happened between him and the players and all this stuff, you know. So I actually think that is not bad, to be honest with you. There is a part where he's speaking about goals and are they easy to come or not. So let's actually hear that part, because Anthony Gordon spoke about how the Premier League is becoming much, much harder.
At the moment in the league, the numbers aren't quite as high potentially as some of the other players in the league. What do you put that down to? And does the team maybe need to kind of help more to get more out of your attacking players right now?
We want those numbers to be higher, but as well, I think we are 3 goals away from the best team, you know. So we are not that far, so the margins are still very small. Maybe they are contributing to another players as well to score a lot of goals or to do other stuff. So we want to be the best in every stat, but it's very important that we can read the stats in the manner that are useful for us and especially for our players.
for someone like Bukayo Saka, who I know is driven by numbers, when he goes through a run like he's going through at the moment, where he got no goals in 13, how do you read that as his manager? Do you have to have perspective in terms of his age, or is it something that is a frustration for you and him?
Yeah, look, in the last 200 games, why he's done. Very simple.
Okay, we'll move to James.
I don't like this answer. I know that he's deflecting, but I don't know how he should answer this. And I'm not telling you how he should answer this. But the reality is, if someone, like, I'm going to give you an example. Maybe what he means is that, look what he's done before. I am sure he's going to go back to his best soon. I actually think that, for example, if someone asks Pep Guardiola the same question, let's play. I want to play the Pep Guardiola press conference as well. If someone asks Pep Guardiola, why do you think Erling Haaland is not scoring? He's like, he's going through a rough time. That's how I would answer it, right? And I'm not saying that Arteta should answer this way or Pep should answer this way. This is how I would answer, and you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I know he's going through a rough patch now. We are behind him, and I believe that he's gonna go back to his best. Look what he has done over the last 2-3 years. That's how I would answer. You know what I mean? This is a rough patch, but I'm sure with his ability, we trust Saka or we trust Haaland to get back to their best, how they have done it before. That's how I would answer it for both. If I'm asked a question about Erling Haaland, why he's not scoring, if I'm asked a question about Saka, I wouldn't throw them under the bus, but I wouldn't also criticize them. That's how I would answer it. Look what they have done before. I'm sure they're going to go back to their best. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Wow, that's a massive press conference that Pep Guardiola did. You know what I mean? It's massive. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Pep Guardiola and Jeremy Doku as well. It is right here. I'm gonna actually play it later. If there is any other part, and let's actually do these super chats. There is the same, but the fans can feel it's fake positive, and I doubt it. Can I tell you guys for real? And I'm gonna ask a question, honest question in the chat, and also, guys, we're on 176 likes. We need to get to 300 likes live. I want an honest answer only in the chat from the Arsenal fans only. Who here from Arsenal fans only, just the next 30 seconds, put one if you still believe that your team is gonna win the league, and put two if you only doubt. I'm not saying if you don't think that your team will not win the league. If you have doubts, if you have a little bit of a doubt, I need only honest answers. One, if you're confident again. Two, if you have a little bit of a doubt. 1 and 2. Sunra, why you're putting 1 and 2? Why you're putting 1 and 2? He actually answered something very good later. 1 is 2. Is some people that doubt, you know what I mean? There is some people that actually doubt. There is a little bit of a doubt. United loss is not what make me doubt. I feel like we will win, but there is a bit on it. That's what I mean. If there is a little bit of doubt, I want you to put 2. You know what I mean? It's no shame in putting 2. I appreciate you guys for the answers. LB, it said that Arsenal are trash. If City lose the league to them, it will be embarrassing for City if they can't win. But are City good though? So the question that if I'm doing a show with Pep, with LB, I will ask him, do you think, City are good? This is the Pep Guardiola press conference as well. Do you think that City... So the counter question to this is, do you think City are good as well? Is that what you think? So this is what I'm gonna ask. You know what I mean? I want to actually play that part, this for Pep, for Arteta. Before I have the Pep Guardiola press conferences here. Huh? The Pep Guardiola press conference is here.
Next game. You start to look more towards the finish line. Like you say, you start to look more at the prize that's in front of you, where it becomes about, we are going to do this now. We're going to take this step together, a kind of turning point. Do you think that's this moment in this season?
No, I think it's still very early. I mean, the amount of games that we have in so many different competitions, That's going to be in the last 5 or 6 games, I would say. When you're talking different competition, talking about the Premier League, if it's the Champions League, the moment you are in those semi-finals, then you are very, very close. We are in the semi-final and with 1 game to play against Chelsea. That's a different story. But up to then, it's, as I said, is put the energy in the things that are going to make us better.
And you spoke about the 4 away games, the schedule, how difficult it's been. Obviously, on Sunday.
Could be a bit bigger in the Premier League in terms of drop points. It feels like even the top teams may be dropping more points than they did in previous season.
Yeah, or smaller, which means that any team can beat you, and you see the difficulty of winning every game in the competition. So depends how you look at it.
This is the last part. I want to now go to Pep Guardiola, and which part I want to look at the which question, overall Champions League situation. I'm focusing on Bernardo Silva mentality, Erling Haaland fitness fatigue. This is a good one. Let's actually go there. Let's go there.
Hi Pep, I know you said a couple of weeks ago that Erling was exhausted and obviously he didn't start at the weekend. How is he? Is he fully ready to go and come back into the team this week?
I didn't have dinner with him last night, so I don't know.
What is this answer? What the fuck, bro? What is the asking you about the fitness? What the fuck is wrong with the guy? What is wrong with him? What is wrong with managers, bro? What the fuck? Let's just repeat this again. What the fuck is wrong with you, Pep?
Hi Pep, I know you said a couple of weeks ago that Erling was exhausted and obviously he didn't start at the weekend. How is he? Is he fully ready to go and come back into the team this week?
I didn't have dinner with him last night, so I don't know.
But you are the manager of the team. You need to answer the damn question. The journalist is asking you, is Erling Haaland is fit or not? Answer the damn question. Answer the fucking damn question, bro. It's what's wrong with you?
We'll see. We'll see today.
You're very much in the hunt for 4 trophies still this season. How much would it help your chances when it comes to the business end of the campaign if you were to avoid a playoff and to manage to finish in the top 8?
No, I try to win tomorrow. Galatasaray is a league in the Turkish league. You see the players, all of them are exceptional. We have to make an incredible effort with our fans, give more that we can give for the situation, for a lot of absence that we have, and after we see what happens.
Let's not. He's gonna be asked about Erling Haaland drought, which is the question that was Arteta was asked about Saka. So let's actually see.
Why, your job obviously is to analyse the team. You do that very well, etc. Why do you think he's not scored from open play in the last 6 or 7 games? Is it him? Is it the team?
The team.
And what's happening in the team then? What
to play better?
With regard to?
Sorry?
With regard to what? Taking up better positions, being more aggressive,
create more chances. They will score. Never underestimate the strikers, the goal scorers, because always they will make you silent. So we want to score for the rest of his life, that's for sure.
And I appreciate you didn't have dinner with him yesterday evening, but would you speak to him or have you spoken to him just to sort of, I don't know, manage him a little bit, let him know you still believe? Is that your sort of style sometimes?
I'm not good in that. I'm overthinking manager, not man management.
So that's interesting because there is a sort of considered wisdom that at the very elite level, it's actually all about man management, how you sort of get different personalities to gel and keep them going.
Yeah, the new generation manager just the videos. We are not man manager. We don't talk. I don't talk with the players since the last 3 years, so I don't.
I actually think that he's actually one of the people that is so stressed on tactics and movement and players' fitness, and I think that Pep Guardiola isn't like a man manager as much as an Ancelotti, for example. Pep Guardiola is so tactically driven. I think he is so tactically enthusiast that he is. I don't think so. I think he talks to the player, but I think he's so. I know that he's saying 3 years is crazy. I know, guys, but I think he's so tactically driven that he focuses so much on the tactics. No, I think he's so much focuses on. I know that he's being sarcastic in 3 years, guys. You guys are stating the obvious. But I think that Pep Guardiola is not the man manager that you guys think he is. He's more of a. I've spoken to managers before, that coached in a professional level, they say that there are two parts of managers that are so tactically. For example, Antonio Conte is so tactically driven and his man management is not the best. I'm saying that Pep Guardiola is more of a 80%, 70% a tactical guy and a 30% man manager. No, he isn't trolling the reporter. You guys think that. I think that Pep Guardiola is more of a You're telling me that Pep Guardiola is more of a man manager, like an Ancelotti, than a coach, than a tactical coach. I think he's a coach, tactical manager.
Talk with them.
Very wise.
Less problems.
Pep, you've obviously had a few days to reflect now on the Wolves game. You've obviously said that on occasion in the past your emotions can get the better of you at times. So just wondered on reflection what you thought about your comments about Faria Halam, the Premier League referee, making his debut, and whether you thought you went a bit too far with some of the comments you made on Saturday.
They defend the statements always. They defend each other, completely understandable. So they have to do that. But at the same time, they had to.
Can I ask you guys something? And someone put this in the comment, I haven't watched a lot of Pep Guardiola's old press conference. Why does he look tired, though? Why does he look like... You see Arteta's face when he's doing the press conference. He is smiling. He has this energy. Maybe the Man City fans in the chat can tell me. Does he look tired to you? Like, does he look like he is tired? He's not as enthusiastic as before. Is that something that you guys have that feeling, I just want to know. Like, is he look tired? Why do you think it's a dumb question? You can say no. I have a feeling that he looks tired, to be honest with you. The energy is not the same as before. Like, I'm not sure. Havertz starts for Arsenal. Pep doesn't like doing interviews. Good answer. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good one. This is a very good question. Question for Mo. Is recency bias as bad as nostalgia bias? I've heard the City fans say Foden is as talented as Rooney, but I've also heard the United fans say Bruno Fernandes is better than Alvaro Recoba. Recency bias is something that we are all victim of. Because, listen, in the last game, so in the last 5 games, City have drawn 3, lost 1, and 1 against Wolves. And Arsenal lost only against Manchester United, and people now have flipped and saying that Man City will win the league. I actually don't think that nostalgia bias is as bad as recency bias. Genuinely. I don't think that. Let's hear the energy and the spirit in the squad.
You've spoken a lot this season about the energy and the spirit within the group. When the players see that Arsenal had a result like they did on Sunday, do you notice that energy and spirit increase in the group, or are they just so closed off to it they don't really even notice?
My advice to them is focusing on what you have to do. That is the best advice. If you are just happy or you are optimistic just for the fact that our contenders lose the games, we will not be good. So we can do better. We're done in the balls. We can do better to win games. So now is a different competition, the Champions League, and we are already qualified. That's good, but of course will be really important with the game and weight. You are able to finish with the first 8 and knowing that this competition is so difficult for everyone. So every game is really, really tough.
Wow. Okay, I didn't actually... I want to know the lineups for all the teams now. Are the lineups out? I don't think the lineups are out for all the teams. To be honest, I don't know which games I'm going to be watching today. I got only 3 screens. And I don't know which games I'm going to be watching today, to be honest with you. I just need to check the lineups to know which games I should be watching. The Arsenal game is dead. PSG Newcastle, massive game. I'm going to watch Inter for sure. I need to watch Liverpool though. Napoli Chelsea for sure. Napoli versus Chelsea. Dortmund Inter for sure. The lineups are not out. Arsenal game. Not sure if that is the lineup out. Liverpool, Carrick. The lineups are out for all the games, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying. Where the fuck are the lineups? Absolute bums. Where are the lineups? The lineups should be out. Okay, the lineup Inter. You fucking dickhead. He's playing Turaman, Boni, Mkhitaryan, Akanji, Bisik, DiMarco, the captain. Okay, fair enough. Newcastle and Paris Saint-Germain, they're playing the top teams. Chelsea and what's their name? Sanchez, Cucurella, Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos, João Pedro, James Caicedo, Palmer, Estevao. Palmer on the bench. He fit though. And Liverpool, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, Frimpong, Robertson, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz. No, but I like it. I like that he finally going to 4-3-3 though. Bro, I like that he's doing 4-3-3. What about the Man City game versus Galatasaray? Where is it? It's right here. Man City, Galatasaray, yeah. I like what he's doing. Is Erling Haaland starting? Haaland is starting. Ake, Marmoush and Haaland starting together and Doku. Damn. The guy is doing. Here you go. Pep. Go, Pep. Go, Pep. Go, Pep. What is it? It's Ake. Who's the back line? It's Kuzanov, Ake, O'Reilly, Matthias Nunes. And then, what the fuck is this? Who's the DM? Bernardo Silva, Cherki. Who the, what? So Kuzanov, Ake left back, Kuzanov. Okay, I Nouri right back. That's a fucked up lineup. What the fuck is Pep doing? What is this? He has one midfielder on the pitch, two, Matthias Nunes or Nico O'Reilly will be in the Nico O'Reilly and Bernardo in the middle with Cherki. What the fuck is Pep doing? Why is he doing? Pep is playing Nico O'Reilly, Ait Nouri left back, Matthias Nunes right back, Nico O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva, and Cherki in the middle. What the fuck is this? Nico Gonzalez is not even playing, bro. Both Nico Gonzalez. Okay, Rodri's. What? Rodri's suspended. Nico Gonzalez is on the bench. Oh, I could have played Reinders, to be honest with you. Reinders. Could have played Reinders, to be honest. It's kind of weird. Mo, are you doing a watch along? Watch along, Mo Rocks. I'm not doing a watch along today. I'm not doing a watch along. I'm gonna watch a lot of games. So I'm not doing a watch. So which games should I watch? I have only 3 screens. Should I get an extra 4th screen? It's gonna be too much for me. Guys, which games should I watch? Napoli, Chelsea for sure, and Inter, Borussia Dortmund. That's for sure. So what other games should I watch? PSG, Newcastle. So I should ignore Liverpool or Arsenal. I should ignore for sure. I should definitely enjoy. I should definitely ignore Arsenal. I should ignore Liverpool game. Who will fucking Liverpool play? And fucking Liverpool play Carrick. So Liverpool ignored. Arsenal ignored. So it's between Newcastle and Man City, Galatasaray. Yeah, so Liverpool ignored, Arsenal ignored. Yeah, Ammi, who cares? Even if you lose the game, nobody gives a shit, ya akhi. You're making top 8. Nobody gives a shit, ya akhi. Nobody. I'm definitely not watching Arsenal. The Arsenal game is definitely the one I'm not fucking watching. Without a shadow of a doubt. Bro, Ariza Balaga, Mosquera, White, Eze. Marta, I'm going to watch the highlights later, to be honest. I'm fucking not watching Khairat Almighty versus Arsenal. That's some shame. Guys, we're 190 likes. I said 300 likes. Can we get the likes to 300 at least? Guys, 10 likes away. Hit the damn like. Hit the damn like. Let's not be cheeky. Hit the damn like, people. Can I ask you guys something for the live viewers? Can you type 1 if you watched my video that I released this morning? And type 2 if you haven't watched it. And I just want to understand. I want to know if my live viewers get the notification for videos or not. And there's no shame. Just type 1 if you watched it, type 2 if you haven't. Okay. Just want to know if you guys get the notification of the videos. I just want to understand YouTube algorithm, actually. I want to get the algorithms. There's a lot of people that haven't actually got the notification about the video, which is crazy, actually, for me. دركته أسام. Why didn't you know why you didn't get the notification? Because you don't have the notification bell turned on. This is what you need to do. You need to have the notification bell turned on. You need to have that, like what I have for Hussam. Why? I have it's a good one. I think it's a good thumbnail. What are you talking about? It has Guehi, it has Rice, it has Arteta, it has Paul Scholes, Emmanuel Petit, and Simon Jordan. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna ask you a question that I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you honestly what happened. Okay, I recorded the video. It's 24-minute video. I recorded a video, the same exact video, like reacting to the same exact clips and videos, right? And it turned out that the video was recorded on silent. So I needed to record it again. I asked a question after the Paul Scholes clip. And I want to ask you the same question. The people that say that if Arsenal win the league, it will be the worst league to win and it will be the worst champions. If City win the league from now, from here, if City win the Premier League from here, do you think that people will say that this is the worst champions as well? Because if City win the league, that means they're going to finish on points less than or 80 points or 80 points only. Do you think that people will ask that question? Do you think that people will say, yeah, this is the worst champions? Michelle says yes. Kyrie says yes. Yes. Okay. Do people think that they will say, I think Paul Scholes will come out and say this is the worst champions? Big up my man, Ashraf the Dud, Enrique Ball, vamos. Big up my man for the super chat. Big up my man for the super chat. I'm not sure if people will say the same thing or not. I'm not sure actually. City would be the worst champions in that case. People only saying Arsenal will be the worst champions because they are better and have to find a way to banter them. It's pathetic. Mo, where about Serie A? Will Napoli get UEFA Champions League for next season? Yes, they will. Need them so Højlund will be got. Yes, they will get they will get Champions League next season. And I'm not sure if they're gonna redeem Højlund. He has been on a bad form lately. He has been on a bad form. But I want to tell you something else. If you haven't checked okjersey.com, I don't know why you haven't checked them. I showed you the stuff that you can get. This code MHF15 is not gonna run forever. It's not gonna run forever. So you gotta go and check yours. You can get stuff like this. I showed you the Inter ones. I showed you the Chelsea one. I showed you this Chelsea one and a lot of people liked it or didn't like it. I don't know. If you haven't checked it, go and check it out. There is a lot of winter stuff on the website, so go and check it out for real. This Arsenal jacket as well. There is the Man City one. They didn't send the Man City jacket. But there is a lot of vintage ones and training kits as well. So go and check them out. Right? And they ship to a lot of places. I am literally 500 subs of 50K, believe it or not. It's the sizing is maybe a size up or the same size. Maybe a size up. When you guys, when you repeat the garbage on your channel are enablers. I ain't watching you presenting such rubbish. What rubbish? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Arsenal fan confirmed. That's why I have the Chelsea kit as well. Yeah. And the City one. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Hit that like button on your way out, people. I will see you guys. On Don Osam's watch along. So go and support Osam. If the madness happen, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm going to see you guys there. We're out of here, people.